Hello, and welcome into a special Saturday episode of Tater Talks, the podcast where Tater talks gaming, content creation, sports, pop culture, current events, and really whatever the hell we want. I'm your host, Devin, but most of you know me as TaterBoy09. For those of you who don't know this side of me, I'm a variety content creator who streams 4 times a week right here on Twitch, and also posts videos to YouTube, including this podcast, and highlight videos. Tonight's guest is an IRL friend turned online streamer friend turned back into an IRL friend. He went the full circle. He's the guy who inspired me to keep streaming and has done this for countless others. Please welcome in my friend Hitsu. Sir, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. Hello, that was such a nice intro. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. What's funny is I didn't screw it up, so there must be something good going on today. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Maybe I should go buy a lottery ticket or something. I don't know.
I believe in you.
That's right. Yeah. It always seems like every time at least I screw up the intro once, it's just kind of like, breathing. It just happens every time. Every time. So the extremely exciting news is that we have a lot of great topics tonight that we're going to talk about, including, Twitch communities. But the one thing I want to start out with is something that is pretty true to both of us, right? It's Midwest tropes, like Midwest things that just exist, right? There's nothing weirder than maybe somebody that's not from the Midwest or hasn't really lived in the Midwest or anything like that, hearing something absolutely stupid that us Midwesterns say. So to start off, give me your favorite Midwest trope.
Honestly, considering the Midwest and how weirdly and strangely overly polite everyone is, I think something that I end up doing a lot myself is I just say, random strangers I pass by on the street, if they look at me too long, I'll just say, hey, how are you doing? And then just continue on with my day as if it's normal. And I was doing this in Norway when I was visiting my girlfriend, and I got a lot of looks.
Oh, that's funny.
It was so bad.
Yeah, that is a good point, though, because a lot of Midwest people just like to have conversations about nothing. We'll just sit here and talk about the weather for hours. We don't care. We'll also talk a lot about corn. It is what it is.
Oh, yeah, of course. Corn.
That's what happens when you live in a state that is all about corn.
We only have a whole entire corn husker highway.
What's funny is one of my friends who moved here from California from, it was a long time ago, so he's been here a long time, but he moved here from California. He was like, yeah, before I showed up, I could have swore you guys just, drove tractors to school and shit like that. It's like, no, we don't. There are towns, there's metropolitan areas.
They won't believe it.
Yeah, no, nobody believes it until you actually be here. Until you're actually here, and then you'll be greeted with the nicest people you know.
They'll never do.
My favorite trope is just the classic ope.
Ope. Oh,
which is apparently is just a Midwestern thing that we found out through internet memes. So I'm glad that we were all able to come together and find that out.
I genuinely had no idea about that until internet made it a big deal.
Yeah, no idea.
I hear it all the time. I was like, oh, let me just squeeze past you right there real quick. I'm like, that's not normal. People don't do that. Never occurred to me.
Or if you accidentally bump into somebody and you're just like, oh, sorry.
My bad.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. It's funny. Just different cultures, man. Everything's crazy. I think that's a good transition to what kind of reignited our friendship was just streaming on Twitch. Just the different kinds of cultures that you never even thought to exist, and then you get on Twitch and there's somebody watching you from Norway, or there's somebody watching you from Argentina or something like that. And it's just Twitch in general, right? And this is something that I've honed in on for a very long time, is that Twitch is just a community that does bring people together, first and foremost, and from different walks of life.
It really does.
And I think that you're a really good example of that, because you have a lot of people from a lot of different places that watch your streams when you're streaming or doing whatever. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
All of Norway is watching. All of Norway is watching. Pepe eyes.
I'm scared now. But yeah, that's the thing about Twitch. It's surprising. To this day, I'm consistently constantly surprised about the different types of people that you'll come across on Twitch. Like, it's a small world. You'll get doctors, you'll get people in countries you've never heard of before, and it's just such an enriching experience. But at the same time, despite how expansive it is, Twitch is such a small world. It's crazy how small it actually is sometimes. You'll know, like, especially if you go to a con or something, it's so crazy.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. Have you been to TwitchCon before?
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you go to?
Not this year, obviously, but the last one. I went to the one last year, and I was able to meet people that I knew on Twitch, and also people apparently recognized me while I was there. And they're like, "Oh, I know you." And I'm like, "Wait, I'm someone to be known? What? No, I'm not." That was a humbling experience, to say the least.
I bet. Was that like August or October, or when was that?
That was September of 2019, I believe.
Nice. That was exciting.
It was a lot of fun, though. It was super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that like something like that's exciting, especially being noticed. Like, yikes, that's gonna be a little bit nerve wracking too, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm a shy guy. I'm genuinely a shy guy. So when they recognized me for playing, I think it was playing Dark Souls or Sekiro or speedrunning or something like that. I forgot what it was, but I blushed. My face turned red. I feel like it was. Oh God, I don't even know how to explain it.
Well, like you said, it's a very humbling experience. It's something that, you know, I mean, it's not like we're all famous or anything like that, but it gives you that little type of, you know, famous. If it makes you feel a little bit famous for a little bit, so it's also something that maybe you hadn't really felt before. So I think that a lot of people, well, and this is a little bit philosophical, but a lot of people act weird in different situations just because they've never been in them before. So,
right.
And that, I mean, that goes beyond, you know, just like things like
that's
this,
just
but
life in general. Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, it's a good point. And yeah, you're getting called out saying that you're not shy in the Twitch chat. So what's your story, boss? What's going on here?
Well, what she means by me not being shy is the fact that when I was in Norway, I was greeting everyone I came across. But that's just a Midwestern thing, and that carried on with me. And she said, "That's no way that can be a thing, but it actually is. You just say, 'Hey, how are you doing?' And you don't expect a reply. It's just,
oh yeah, you
wave, you say hello, and you just move on with your day. But in other countries and in other places, at least, that's weird."
The thing is that if you ask somebody how's it, like if you just like ask somebody how's it going, you hope that they don't reply with something.
Yeah.
Because if you say how's it going and they're so like chip shape, something like that, like great, and then you just keep walking. If they were to say like I'm not doing so well, and then you're like, okay, well now I gotta sit here and
listen.
Yeah, I'll listen, which not to take anything away from, you know, if people are having, you know, problems or anything like that, but you know, just still like it's always just the, hey, how's it going? Living the dream. All right, great. Let's move on with our days.
Great. That's what I expected.
It's good stuff.
So that's what she's referencing. I'm still shy. I'm just also extroverted, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I always think when I was thinking about introvert versus extrovert, I always think about the Myers-Briggs test, psychology test, because it was like the one thing that I picked up from high school and remember it. So the way that they were describing it is kind of like a scale, right? So it's not, it's like 100% one way, 100% the other way. It's not you're this or you're this. So you can sit in the middle. So I think that like for me personally, I'm like 60-40 towards the introverted side, but it can also shift. Like some days I'll be like 70 on the extroverted side. Completely depends.
It's exactly like that. And I remember taking the test once, and basically, essentially, what it was I was 51% introverted, 49% extroverted. So I am by nature introverted. It's just I know how to turn it off like that.
Right. That's funny.
So, yeah, it's convenient, but it's spooky still.
It's like, why don't you want to go do anything today? Myers-Briggs said I'm introverted. Sorry, can't do anything.
Pass.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to go do your thing. It's I'm a little busy today, a little introverted today. It is funny though, because like once again, one of the few things that I remember from high school is all the psychology stuff. So like the one thing that they always describe that as like where it's not necessarily like how you act, it's more how do you get your energy from? Like how do you get how do you get your energy from being around people or being by yourself? Which is it just adds more to the point of why they're like it's a percentage, not you're this or that.
Exactly why it's the entire scale thing, because obviously nothing is black, nothing is truly black and white in life besides what, death and taxes. Is that what people say?
Yeah, death and taxes. Yep.
So essentially, yeah, I get my energy from just being alone, just relaxing, chilling. When I'm in a big environment surrounded by people, I can still have fun. I can still, chill and hang out and whatnot. But it is very draining in comparison, because that is a completely different environment that I'm just not comfortable with. I hate parties, but I still love them.
Right. It's always like a good medium too, because if there's like more than say like 8 people at a party or something like that, it can be a little overwhelming. But like 8 people is a good number, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Tater God, by the way, in chat, my Lord and Savior, brings up a very good point that it also depends on the people that you're with. So that's very true.
Oh, true. That's fair.
Very, very true.
Some people will just click with. But even then, even on that note, still, even if it's people I know and love, sometimes if there's like too much of them, I'll just be like, I love you guys. I'm scared.
15 of y'all's too much. Just go away.
15 of y'all too much. Essentially, yeah.
We got hella philosophical there for a second, though. But
hey, I'll talk about anything. Don't worry about. I got you.
Yeah, I thought I don't know. I just had this like extreme revelation that I do really like psychology, and it's one of those things that really actually stuck with me. Maybe I need to go back to school. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Considering that I got a psych degree, I can say, it's very, very fun to learn about humanity, I guess, like how humans think and all that fun jazz, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what interested me. Now I just gotta get, find a job. That's it. But you know what? Besides that, we're good.
Hey, well, you never know. Maybe you could do a psychology podcast or something like that. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing right now. You just do it once a week or something. There you go.
That could be interesting. That really could.
Hey, well, if you ever need a guest on this hypothetical podcast, just let me know.
You'd be my first guest, hypothetically, of course.
Great. We can talk about everything. That is something actually that's pretty incredible. I forgot that you had a psych degree. There is a lot of cool stuff about psychology in general. Obviously, the thing that always sticks with everybody is always like the experimental tests that people ran that are like some of the really major tests to like really screw people up, like the Stanford one and
Stanford, the shocking one. What is it?
Yeah,
what it's called.
That's the other big one.
Yeah. Let's just say psychology back in the day was really, really messed up.
Yeah.
There was no ground rules. So it's like, you know what? Let's just mess with people until we see results.
Right.
Not too good. We learned a lot. Not good at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that were learned there, and a lot of things that probably would not be considered humane today. And I mean, they really weren't even considered humane back then either. So
yeah, but they just didn't care.
Right. It's like, no, trust me, we got
strange
this.
Time.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that Stanford experiment movie that they made?
The recent one, I don't think I have, because nothing against the experiment. I've been so like, it's been so pounded into my head.
Yeah,
I hear it all the time. In the military, I heard it all the time. All these different things, I kept hearing about it.
I forgot you were in the military too. Wow, we have a lot to talk about.
Surprise! So it's been so much in my mind that I just, when it comes to Stanford stuff, I'm like, I know the story. I don't need to watch it.
Well,
I know the story.
Yeah, the thing with the movie that I just saw from commercials, I never watched the movie. I didn't know if it was true or not. But one thing that they really honed in on that experiment, and from learning about it, and from what they were providing to the the guards versus the inmates or whatever, was that I cannot touch you. We cannot touch each other. I won't hit you. Whatever may be like that. In the movie, at least in the commercial, one of the first things they show is a guard hitting an inmate. I'm like, well, that's just not factual then. Why are you trying to spice this up for a movie? Like, I don't know. It kind of pissed me off, but it was
movie silly.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Why? I know. I know.
Yeah, I was just teasing.
I know. I was just like, it was just like looking at it, I was like, so I was like, to me, that movie just totally loses fully credibility if it's like that. But
and it's possible. Like I wasn't there.
Right.
They didn't record the entire sessions 24/7.
Yeah.
Obviously. So maybe there was some hitting, but
yeah.
Still
super secret.
From what we know, I don't think it was confirmed or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but the things like people that were part of that experiment are still messed up to this day. So it's real tough.
Poor folks.
They didn't know how to understand. They couldn't understand what they couldn't see, so they did whatever in order they could to make something they could see. There it is, right there. Write that down, chat. Everybody, write that down.
Can you spell that, Sophia, please?
Yeah, start from the beginning, please. T. This is a bit of a pre-show humor we just had right there. Oh goodness, man, we've really, so this is the fun part about doing this podcast, right, is that I throw out some topics that we could talk about, and then it is what it is. We ramble good, because then that means that I don't want it to be like, aligned or whatever like that,
yeah, like it has some free flow,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, it's just nice, smooth, easy.
Exactly. One podcast that I always talk about when I kind of pitch it to people when they're gonna come on is like, think of the Joe Rogan podcast, but not in the sense like where it's all like super political and Joe Rogan's being all crazy and asking people if they like DMT and shit like that. It's more like, just imagine two buddies just talking and just having conversation.
Yeah. But
seriously though, have you ever tried DMT? Wait.
I have not. Do you know where I can get some? Just curious.
Hypothetically, yeah.
Hypothetically.
Let me call my Joe Rogan guy, see what's up.
Just for science. So I know where to avoid, obviously.
Exactly. Hey, I got you. Don't worry. We'll have that conversation offline. No big deal.
Bet. Thanks.
If you don't mind me asking, and we can go somewhere else if you want to, but I forgot that you were in the military. Which part of the military were you in?
I was in the Army, the reserves, well, technically I'm still a part of the contract. I still have a year left in the IRR, less than a year. But yeah, I was in the Army reserves.
So does that mean you go to, like, do you have to go to like I would assume that there's not much drill happening right now, but if you did, would you have to go to something like that?
Luckily, what the IRR is, it's basically just like a time period where you're inactive, you don't go to drills anymore, and they need you, they'll call you back, like that. And I'm currently in that IRR waiting period, so luckily during COVID, I don't have to worry about that, because I know for sure. I'm not sure if anyone's seen how the military treats people when it comes to medicine and stuff like that and health. Let's just say that when people get sick, everyone gets sick.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's bad, but
well, I mean, it makes sense if you're in a drill, or if you have like a weekend drill with people, then you guys are just with each other the whole time. Like, there's not really any sort of, you don't get separate rooms or anything like that. I mean, you guys are all just living together.
It's open bunk, or basically bunks. They're all there, just one big room to sleep in it. It's crazy.
It's like a big sleepover with people you don't necessarily like.
And snore. Oh god, the snoring. I forgot about that.
I bet there's a lot of people that snore really bad.
It's bad. People who should actually go to like the doctors, kind of bad
for like potential sleep apnea and stuff like that. Yeah. Hey, it makes sense. One of the first guests we had on the podcast was one of my good friends, who's in the National Guard in Nebraska, and we had a lot of good conversations about like what similar stuff. So we won't go into it too much with you, but I'm glad that you brought that up, because And once again, I forgot. It's been such a long time though since we've like had a conversation. I feel bad.
It's been a long time. Yeah, I feel bad too.
Yeah.
I always thought you were awesome and you're an incredible human being, and I love your streams. But
Likewise.
is this what adulthood is?
Apparently, yeah. Imagine living in the same town as your internet friend and still not seeing them.
Nothing. Yeah. This is what adulthood is like. This is weird. I'm not ready for it.
To be fair, we'll give the last like 6 months of the lockdown and quarantines and stuff like that.
Yeah, COVID.
We'll give it that.
Shame on COVID. How dare they?
How dare you, COVID, ruin our friendships? But like, even if like say you're streaming or something like that, and I try to pop in stuff like but
yeah.
The thing is, like, and this is just true of how, in my opinion, Twitch streaming has got to just me personally. Let's take it back a long time, right? I'm gonna say a long time because that's what it is. Right when we like basically first started becoming friends again. When I mean, the first time that I think I remember talking to you in one of my streams was when I was still playing League as my main game, and yeah, it was terrible. It was bad time. Shouldn't have done that. Still trying to make up for those mistakes, but it was still good to do all this stuff, like meet people again, and then see where your streams went, or where your stream was at that particular time. It's just the entire landscape of everything has changed. There was all we were sitting here, and I didn't even know about Discord, like the mass amount of what one streamer's community could be, and just unfortunately for me, like I feel like I've lost some of that, sadly. Like going into, like, some people will say like, oh, right before I stream, I'll go in and I'll talk to a few people's streams, just say hey, how's it going? I can't do that anymore, and I feel really bad about it.
I feel that. I used to hang out on people's streams all the time. I would literally just open up multiple streams, lurk, say hello, hang out, chill, and be like, hey, what's up? And then I'll just go back and forth whenever something happened. I would like literally have all 9 streams and like tiny windows. It's like, oh, something cool just happened in that stream. Let me just go over there, type in it. Then I got a job.
Yeah.
And ever since I got that job, it's just been very difficult to catch up with people. And I miss a lot of people. I miss talking to them, and I miss hanging out with people. But it's just hard. You need time to hang out with folks in their streams and stuff. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it is pretty wild, just like how everything has changed. It's not even just little things like that, right? It's all this other stuff that's going on. Sophia had a very funny point in chat that she said was, I was really worried with COVID and the Black Lives Matter movement broke out. I was sitting here shaking at first, the U.S. Army telling him, you ain't getting him.
You're not taking him again.
You're not getting him, which is kind of, it's not really funny in a sense, but the person who I was talking about earlier, James Buckets, whatever, he was on the podcast. He did actually get, because when a lot of the protests were going on here in Lincoln, he was asked, was it the mayor that asked, or was it Ricketts that asked? One of them asked National Guard to help out the police because things were getting pretty crazy. And he was part of that, and he was one of the people that had to go down there and assist. Fortunately, that was the same night where a lot of it, I felt, calmed down a lot, so he didn't have to get involved directly. But it was still the fact that he had to do it. So
yeah.
So I
remember during around that time, I actually got a text or I forgot what it was, a text or an email, essentially saying, "Hey, just be on the lookout. We might call you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, nice, dope."
Yeah.
So
it's official. We might actually call you. Like, oh, awesome, great.
Oh, great, can't wait. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Say, it's just crazy how widespread everything is now. All the sports places are starting to pick up on the the movements like that, which is great. It's absolutely great. It was definitely the closest that we've ever gotten to a mass protest.
I think in Lincoln there's really rarely ever anything like that. So it was pretty cool to see, but it still breaks my heart that I'm not sure you remember what happened with Omaha, where literally nothing was going on, but still, poor guys in Omaha.
Yeah, it's crazy everywhere. But hey, it's for change is not just going to occur overnight. That's a fact.
Yeah, no. If there is to be change, a lot needs to be changed.
Yep.
Without a doubt.
Yep, from the ground up. That's right. So tell me about how you sleep at night, or how you laugh in your sleep at night.
Oh, I sleep pretty well every night, you know.
So yeah.
But as for the laughing, I don't know.
Well, obviously, you wouldn't know, I guess.
Well, I remember that specific moment because she got scared and she freaked out. But I guess I was sleeping and something funny happened in the dream, and I just couldn't hold my laughter. And I was like, dude, that's fucking hilarious.
That's actually amazing.
And I just started laughing while I was asleep. And then she just like woke up like, what the heck is going on?
My Hitsu has been demonized. Whatever.
Essentially, I'm sure she thought that. And then I just went like right back to sleep, and she's just standing there like, what just happened? It was, oh god. Oh man, this is what I mean. I'm shy. I'm blushing. God dang it.
I woke up so scared because you were suddenly laughing, but you were still sleeping. Yeah, that's probably pretty terrifying. I'll admit I have pretty hyperactive dreams sometimes, so I will, do things in my sleep that are a little bit weird. Mm-hmm. Like I'm pretty sure I've talked in my sleep before because I've like woken myself up from talking in my sleep. Mm-hmm. So I've done that. Sometimes I just have really big, interesting dreams, which dreams are interesting in themselves, huh?
Like me, in my case, I also have a very hyperactive, and I've had dreams where I literally play soccer with the Olympian gods. That was an actual dream I had once. The Olympian gods came down. David Beckham is standing there across from me, and the Olympian gods are choosing, like it's like the Battle of Troy. They're like, all right, Zeus, go over there. Poseidon, you chill there. Ares, over there. And it's just ridiculous. And I have dreams like that a lot of the times. And I don't know what's wrong with my head, but my head be doing shit.
Hey man, sometimes it's just like a hyperactive brain or something. I don't know. It's just like REM sleep in general is pretty weird though, just thinking about it.
But of course I do, and I like the fact that I have hyperactive dreams. I know a lot of people say they don't dream, and I just kind of sit there sometimes going like, what do you do when you sleep? Do you just wake up feeling rested?
Yeah, what does actually happen?
Hades is throwing.
Oh, can you imagine giving a red card or something like that to like a Greek god? That'd have been wild.
They'll just simply say, no.
You're out of here. What? I didn't even do anything.
That'd be phenomenal. Like, of course, I've had dreams where I was a pharaoh in ancient Egypt. I've had a conversation with Albert Einstein. My brain doesn't make sense sometimes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's kind of the good things, though. I guess depending on situation. Hyperactive brain can be good at sometimes and funny,
and bad,
and an absolute curse. Absolute curse. Trust.
Yes, it can. Nightmares are the worst.
Nightmares are bad.
Moly, they get scary.
Also, I don't know if you have this problem at all, but just like getting to sleep in general, I have that issue. Like getting to sleep is a huge problem for me, but then once I actually am asleep, I'm just like, I'm good. I'm out. Can't wake me up.
That's basically me. I have that issue too. Where I might be really tired and might be like just trying to fall asleep, but everything's just difficult. And then the second I sleep, the dreams like instantly start.
Nice. You must be a very deep sleeper then too.
I can be.
Yeah.
A lot of times I am, but if someone actually like needed me, they said something, I would probably wake up to it.
That's funny.
Oh no, did I?
Yeah, apparently you're yeeting pillows in your sleep too. Oh gosh.
Straight up eating. Oh no.
What does this come down? What does this like come to? If you would yell yeet when you threw them in your sleep, that would just be a million times funnier. Can you imagine sleeping next to you and you go, yay, and then back to sleep completely? Oh my god.
And she's just like, what the fuck just happened?
I cannot. I cannot.
I see. I never would have known until I met my girlfriend from Norway.
That's right.
Who I met on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's that thought process too. You know, it's just meeting so many people. How, if you don't mind me asking, how did that come to be? Like, was it just come from like, so like she probably found you from streaming in your Twitch or streaming, right? And then did you guys just like keep talking in like Discords and stuff like that? Is that where that kind of went from there?
I remember, I think I was doing a charity stream once, and I, for some reason, I thought she was at the charity stream, and I try to be really welcoming to people.
Oh no.
So I was like, oh, thank you for being at that charity stream. The catch was she wasn't there at the charity stream, and she felt bad.
Oh.
She didn't want to say anything. So I was like, oh yeah, it was super nice. No, dope. But that was basically the start of our conversation. Then as time went on, eventually we got closer and closer. We became friends, and then of course, here we are now.
Built a friendship, and that's where a lot of good relationships start, is just friendship.
Yeah, I never would have expected I would have a relationship like this online, on Twitch. If you told me 2-3 years ago, would not have believed you.
What about if we were so... I'm really going to throw it back here, right? So when we became friends was probably like 7th or 8th grade. Was a long time ago.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're throwing it way back to middle school days.
I keep saying stuff. It's like, oh, that was only like 6 years ago. It's not.
No, because it's almost been 10 years since we graduated.
Oh my God.
Yeah, feel that for a minute there. Anyways, so imagine we're sitting there at our middle school lunch table and like, hey, guess what? In 13 years, this is gonna happen. Can you even imagine? Can't even imagine.
Me? What the heck is Twitch? That sounds so lame.
That's so stupid. I don't even know what that is.
Why would you name it something Twitch?
Can I just get an iPhone? When I hope I have an iPhone by then, or an
the iPhone 1.
No,
I think back then it was what was it?
There was like the
iPod
iTouch.
Nanos?
Oh, the Nanos. That's right.
That's what I remember. Those that. Oh my God! Wow, technology has changed so much in 10 years.
iPod Nanos were literally that big and held 6 songs, and everybody wanted them so bad.
I'm glad I never got one. In hindsight, I'm so happy I never did. Cause wow, what a time to be alive.
What a time. I don't know, that's kind of a boomer talk right there too, but hey, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Kids in that age now are running around with, you know, touchscreen smartphones, and I was like, I had a track phone flip phone that had $20 on it, and
oh, I forgot you had to like charge. Oh
yeah,
God, yes, I remember that.
So
Pop off your phone. Essentially,
yeah, $20. It costs like 10 cents a minute to talk, and yeah,
wow, that's crazy. How like now we actually have like all kinds of unlimited data and all these crazy stuff going on.
And now it's like you get unlimited talks and text with your 20 gigabyte data plan. You tell some kid way back then, you'd be like, unlimited talk and text? Oh my God.
God, your family's rich. I have to pay for texting. Now it's just like a package deal. Right. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Damn, I'm old.
Yeah,
I feel like a boomer now.
I know, spam those Tater boomers in chat if you got them, because that's what I feel like right now. That's exactly what this emote is for. Psych. Screwed you guys into talking about old people stuff so that I could use that emote.
The self-plug.
200,000 IQ right there.
Dude, that's pretty big. That's pretty high up there.
It is. It really is. Get you my next 200 IQ play. I see that your shirt says your Twitch name on it.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Although you're probably not wearing it now because you told me you were going to do this podcast naked, so I assumed I would just ask you about your picture.
Of course. When I'm not on camera, my default mode is 0 clothes.
I respect the fuck out of that. Just want to throw that out there. Just want to point that out.
Of course. I'll wear clothes if there's people around, but that's basically what I do. But yeah, no, that's my shirt. I love the design. It's merch that just came out recently, and I love how it looks.
Is that merch or is that just one that you bought?
That's merch, and I made it with the specific intention of me buying it for myself, so I could wear it and be like, "This looks dope. I'd wear this on the streets." Type deal.
That does look. It looks good because it also is very. I don't know how to describe it. It looks very natural. You know, looks very. It's not as. It doesn't look to me like you're trying to like brand yourself. It just looks to me like you're just trying to show off a brand. So it looks very natural.
Yeah, that's what I liked how it turned out, and it's just, that's what I wanted. That was my goal. If I was gonna make something, I just want it to be casual, not necessarily like your typical gamer merch thing. I just want it to be something I could wear comfortably, happily, and not make it look like I'm trying to be I'm selling something or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it makes total sense. You're gonna have to. Which website did you use for that? Because I need to know.
It was teespring.com, I believe is what
this is just gonna get more and more sellouty here in a second from me. Just wait, it's all coming together. I will need that link to your store because I want to get a shirt like that. Because I want to get a shirt for you. I want to support you as a friend, as a streamer, and also because they just look fucking cool. I'll just be honest with you.
Damn, you're making me blush.
Can we get a blush counter in chat? I think that's 3, right? Maybe 4.
God damn, I'm a shy guy. Don't listen to what Sophia says. I'm shy. I can hide it.
Sometimes. I will only listen to what Sophia says from here on out. So just yeah, Leo blush. There you go. But anyways, I did ask you because I was legitimately curious, right? I will throw that out there. I was curious to see if that was shirts that you were selling because I do want to buy one now if it was the case. If not, I was going to figure something out and make my own logo, steal it somehow, right? I don't know if you saw or not, but I also launched a merch page recently.
I think wasn't it something with Stream Elements or something like that?
It was actually with Teespring too.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was. It's actually a really good website. If you type !merch in the chat, you will get the website for that. We are also doing a raffle right now using your channel points, just 300 of them. You can be input into a merch giveaway for 30% off your first order. So make sure you get into that raffle. We're actually going to be doing the raffle tonight after this podcast. So today is your last chance to get in on that. Do it now. There you go. Yeah, blame the Norway delay. That's what it is.
Well, since I'm here, I mean, I might as well.
You might
just hop on in there.
There it is. There is international delivery. Just saying. There is completely international delivery.
I found out today. It's someone in Romania, basically. I was wondering how shipping is for in Europe and stuff like that. How Teespring handles it.
Yeah.
It only costs like 4 euros, which is a lot cheaper than what I was expecting to be. I was expecting like $30 to $40. So I'm guessing they have something over there that makes it a lot easier.
It's a lot cheaper than what Americans pay too, and they're not shipping it out of country here.
Yeah.
I ordered a bunch of samples because I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to need them. I ordered a bunch, and I had to pay shipping on each one of them. And I was like, oh, okay, great. It is what it is. Teespring is a very good website from what I've heard though, and I'm glad. I should have asked you because I didn't even realize that you had a merch store. To be honest with you, I should have asked you before I actually went in and started creating it. But I'm glad that it is Teespring. Teespring is just really good because what they do is they're like, it's no upfront costs, right? It's basically just
it's just
put your stuff out there, and if people buy it, then we'll take our cut when we get it. You can get the rest.
Essentially, yeah, that's how it works, and I think it's really convenient. I think and the thing I like about it specifically, you can genuinely just make something for your own and buy it for yourself and just call it. And that's perfectly fine. Like, it's just a super nice, simple design, print on demand type deal that I think works well, honestly.
Yeah. It was literally just like, hey, set your stuff up and get it going. I was like, all right, easy peasy. 20 minutes later, boom, we got a store. We got a store going. I'm actually really excited about the store, and I've had a lot of support from it too. Actually, I'm actually very humbled by that, I should say, because that's wholesome. Yeah, somewhat wholesome. My mom messaged me. She's like, "Hey, I'm about to get all of us shirts and stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, like what are you? I appreciate it, but here's a code.
That's so cute. Oh, that's so wholesome.
It is wholesome. Exclamation Hitsu blush.
I got me again.
Top of the counter.
But yeah,
it's good stuff.
It's awesome to see people support.
Yeah.
Like that, and especially when it's people you love and care. And it's just like, oh, that actually means a lot. I thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel that.
Yeah. It really is. It's you know, it's like the most important people that you want supporting you are the people that are closest to you in your life, and it's always good to have a good, you know, stable background for that. And luckily we do. So it's great. It's good stuff. Also, this just, I mean, a lot of people that are like really regulars in the stream or anything like that, they've seen a lot of work put into this, right? Like I was telling you, I started the idea of Tater Talks back in December of last year, pre-COVID, pre the NFL season even ending, all this. I mean, you know, just for example purposes, long time ago. We just spent this entire time planning it, and it's been a grueling process, but I'm glad that we were able to continue with where we're at with it. And I'm glad we were able to finally get you on as a guest too.
Yeah, I'm glad I was finally able to get on, considering my schedule's never on time. It would just never work out.
Yeah.
So I was really happy when you said you would do it on a Saturday, and you know, warmed my heart.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That doesn't go for everybody. Just saying.
That's not a blush.
I think it was a little bit.
God damn it.
So let's go back to talking about Twitch communities a little bit here. I think we got a little off topic, which is totally fine. Yeah, everything is.
It's fun. It's been fun. It happens when you're having fun.
Yeah, we've been talking for 42 minutes already. Does it feel like we've been talking for 42 minutes?
It felt like we've been talking for 5 minutes.
Exactly.
To be completely honest.
Holy heck, one of the things that surprised me was how football could bring a full stop to Lincoln.
Oh, she was there during football season. Oh, and we were stuck in downtown.
What, you want to tell a story? Because, yeah, so we live in a college town, and one thing that is a huge deal about every Saturday, at least here, is Nebraska football. It's one thing that we love. People go down and tailgate for hours on end before. People are hammered before they can even walk into the stadium. It's great. It's a great time. You know who it's not a great time for is the people who don't give a fuck about football.
People like Sophie who live in Norway who has no clue what football's about.
Yeah.
So we're just stuck in traffic. And I remember the driving that specific day. Like she witnessed all the things that are bad about football season. Like all the things that people don't like about football season. She witnessed it all. The traffic, the words being exchanged in traffic. That were, let me just say, not pleasant. People cutting each other off, driving like crazy, and I'm just sitting here waiting patiently for my turn. But like, of course, if I don't get aggressive at some point, I'm gonna lose it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop being polite and I'll do my own thing. It was wild.
Yeah, the thing with driving downtown on a Husker Saturday is that you can't just wait for your turn. It's you have to get you have to get your turn.
You gotta own it.
Yeah, you really gotta put on your mean eyes and be like, all right, we're gonna move. But luckily, it's about a 4-block span of traffic. But then after that, you're good. However, it still gets pretty crazy.
It's crazy how those 4 blocks though are as condensed as they are.
Yeah,
like I think because just before that, we were at TwitchCon, and there's traffic at TwitchCon. The traffic there was significantly better than jam-packed downtown Lincoln, which is such a crazy, like, stark difference because they're totally different locations. It's California. A lot of people live there, and it's at TwitchCon. But nah, when it comes to football games, us Nebraskans,
yeah,
we know what's up.
We know what's up. I don't know if there was, like, people who were potentially directing traffic there in California for you guys as well. But also, on top of that, there's a bunch of rednecks in Nebraska who will drive 82 Chevys that run on Diet Mountain Dew and American Pride, and they don't give a shit about your little sedan that you're driving that is eco-friendly. They don't care about that. So they'll run you over. They'll run you off the side of the road.
And that's when the pleasantries are exchanged,
Yes.
without a doubt.
The very, very wholesome pleasantries.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I didn't want to bring that to a full stop, but that was a great question. I'll sit here and talk about football all day because the NFL's starting tomorrow, and let me tell you, I'm pumped for this. If we were doing this tonight, I would probably just be sitting in my chair, rocking back and forth, just like counting down the seconds. So
that's oh gosh, that's so wholesome. Oh, how fantastic!
It's just one of those things, man. It's just, you got things that keep it going. That's one of them. I'm glad that it's here, especially in a COVID season.
Yeah.
So let's bring it down here. Let's talk about Twitch again, right? So let's talk about yes, Houston did lose their entire season. F's in chat for Houston. F's in chat for the Texans.
You know what? Here we go. I'm in Texas anyways, so.
Well, there
Texas
it is.
is fine. They don't need our F's.
Yeah. They got a lot of them. So
It's Texas.
So let's talk about Twitch in general. So let's talk about the first time that you ever decided to stream.
Yeah.
When was that? What was it all like? What happened? What did you stream? What was the decision that made you come up with that? What et cetera, et cetera.
Funnily enough, the reason why I started streaming on Twitch ever was not because I wanted to stream on Twitch. I just wanted an easy way to get some funny clips to share with friends when I did like something cool in, say, games like, I don't know, back then I was playing Overwatch, CSGO, FPS games, stuff like that. With battle royales, the early battle royales. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is funny. Let me clip this. Oh, I did something really cool. Let me clip this. And Twitch was just like, I'm just going to keep it streaming live the whole time.
Sure.
And when something happens, I'll just go back and clip it. I never would have expected people would actually stop by and hang out as time went on. And then I slowly started transitioning to actually being a streamer, which is crazy when you think about how it started at all.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but I think that's also a mindset thing, right? So like the mindset thing was, I'm just going to do this for fun. That's the positive mindset, because you get into streaming for one of two reasons: to make it a business or to make it fun. Sometimes they overlap. There are times where it'll overlap, but
right.
Just speaking generally, those are one of the two reasons that you get into streaming. And hey, just starting out, having a good time, having fun. That's a great way to start. And I love stories that start like that too.
Because that's the only reason why I want to do it. I didn't care about streaming back then, but I don't know. I think the entire streaming journey, the Twitch life, has been really eye-opening in a lot of different ways. Considering like little old me, I say old, but I mean like, you know what I mean.
Right.
Little me, random guy out of nowhere, streaming, making people laugh, making people have a fun time. I have a fun time, and it's super great. And then down the line we do stuff like charity streams. The fact that I can directly help people doing something like playing video games is a concept that was completely foreign to me. Say back in middle school, who would have thought?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Because I mean, I know up until the age of the first time I had a PlayStation controller in my hand, I was like, this is all I want to do. I want to make a living out of this, or I want to, this is what I want to do. I want to help people with playing games. And hey, are you talking about specifically the charity stream that you're talking about? Was that the one that you did for like, what was it for? I don't remember.
The last one I did was for the Australian wildfires.
Oh, okay.
And that was with like, one of the there were rewards and there were punishments, as per charity streams, and one of the punishments was a bowl of ramen with all kinds of
incentives. They're called incentives.
Incentives, rather, not punishments. Sorry, that's my psych brain coming out the reward.
So the old nature versus nurture talk.
Yeah. But I remember I ended up eating ramen that had pineapple, tortilla chips, tapatio, fried egg. Like it was just random jumbo of ingredients, and people picked on us. Like, well, thanks, guys. I gagged in the first bite.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, the charity streams. I've done a number of charity streams ever since I started, and I probably will continuing forward. But it's just still mind-boggling how a group of people, group of friends, group of viewers, streamers can just get together and do their thing, have a blast, raise money, and actually help people while just simply existing.
Yeah.
Playing games and having fun. It's super awesome.
Yeah, it is. That whole sense of community. And I think that you've always done a great job of that from the very beginning. So like I was talking about earlier, when the first time we kind of re-met again was when I was playing League of Legends. I didn't really know anything about streaming. My streaming thought philosophy was, hey, I have a donate button. Like, what's up? You know, where's people at, right? It was a terrible idea. But I'm going to, when I said in my intro, like you were an inspiration for me to keep streaming, it's legit. It's true. Because not only did you kind of took me under your wing without realizing you took me under your wing, because you basically were just like, hey, come join our community. You know, we're a lot of good people in there, and there's a lot of people I still talk to today. Yeah, Leo blush. A lot of people that we still talk to today, right? But you showed me what your side of Twitch, which was just like you were saying, it's just building the community and building friendships with people. It's not looking at people, because like basically I was only watching big League of Legends streamers that just kind of saw chat as a number.
Yeah, no, I became a streamer.
Yeah.
Once I became a streamer, I can say like officially became when I started playing games and interacting in chat in a different way. I think my entire perception of Twitch as a whole completely changed, because I used to watch big streamers a lot. But once you become a small streamer, you just go through the experiences of just hanging out with everyone. It's completely mind-boggling in terms of like how different it actually is, and it makes sense why the difference is, but you don't fully feel it until you like kind of throw yourself in that environment.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, just keep hammering that word friendships. Just ultimately just creating friendships.
Yeah,
which goes a long way.
I've made so many friends on Twitch. I have more friends on Twitch than I have friends IRL at this point. Easily.
Yeah, well, you know, it can be like that sometimes. It's good. That's great in a pandemic.
It is great in a pandemic, yeah. But
think about that.
When it comes to time to like, oh, I want to hang out with folks. Oh, right. They're all online and they live in different countries.
That 48% extroverted or whatever pops in. It's like, hey, I want to actually have like physical contact with people. Like, oh, well, unfortunate.
Well, I don't know anyone.
No.
Except for Tater Boy. But, you know, COVID happened.
Right, COVID. Yep, that's what it is.
That's what it was.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. So, like, we live on the first floor of our apartment. Our side door is always open, so as long as you bring a Bud Light seltzer and a good attitude, you can come on with.
I probably will. Oh man, Sophia was supposed to... COVID really hecked up my plans. We were gonna meet this month, weren't we? I remember.
I didn't want to ask that because I didn't know if it was. I didn't know, right? I didn't want to bring it up, but I was gonna ask you if that was still happening. I assumed it was not, but
yeah, I'll probably be going over there, but she won't be coming here.
Yeah. At least you'll be able to see each other, right? The flights got canceled. I see. The thing with traveling to America right now is a little dicey, isn't it? Because if you're traveling to America, will you be able to leave? Like, would you be able to go back home? Like, even if going to Canada, some people can't even go back to Canada or are trapped in Canada because they were taking a vacation and then something happened and they can't even come back in America now. Like, how wild is that?
America's, as easily put, fucked.
Travel in Europe, but not outside of Europe. Got it. Got it. That is a Pepe Hands.
Yeah, it's a big sad.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that would make sense. Hey, at least you checked all those before you.
Yeah, Sophia is a fantastic girlfriend. She's the kind of girlfriend that's like, oh, I know all the things he had to do. I'm sitting there like, what do I do? Teach me.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. I love her.
Yeah.
She's a gem.
Wants to be prepared, makes a list. It's actually pretty relevant. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I don't make lists.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't care. It is what it is. You know, grocery lists and all that stuff. Like,
who does that? Just go in the grocery store and get what you want.
Just go hungry and start picking things out, right? That's what you do? No, I don't.
No, you don't. No, never mind.
I don't know. Yeah, no. 100% same, though.
But yeah, with Twitch, I don't know. Twitch is such a crazy place. And the thing, like we were talking about friendships and communities and all that, I feel extremely humbled by the fact that I know the people I know. Because I know Twitch can be a very, simply put, it can be very spicy in all the wrong ways. But the fact that even though the environment can be like that, the fact that I still know like genuine people, and they're the kind of people that just want to hang out and have fun and have awesome chats and all kinds of different things. It makes me so happy. I'm just so humbled by it.
It's all the people in the same mindset as you. Basically what it comes down to, which is a positive. You know?
It's super awesome.
I ask a lot of this. Hello, cheek clapper 177 Kappa. I want to talk about this a lot because there is a whole side to Twitch that people are like, let's say for example, a lot of my extended family is maybe familiar with this because I post on Facebook like all this stuff and it's nutty, right? But they aren't like truly aware of what streaming is or what Twitch is. So I always kind of wanted to just like bring awareness to what it is as well as how great it is. It really is. It's not just, you know, people I'm playing games and people are watching me. We're creating friendships. We're creating communities.
Yeah, because if you were to explain it to someone without like going into detail, they miss out on that niche part about Twitch that makes it so wonderful. It's not the fact that people are playing games. Anyone can go play a game. Anyone can watch a playthrough. It's the interactivity between the individuals that you can't get.
Yeah.
Live chats like that. Watching something, having fun, having a blast. Back and forths. It's awesome. It's really awesome. It's one of the things I actually really love about streaming. Not that I stream. I'm telling you when I stream.
Kappa? Cap?
Cap.
Seems like a major cap to me if you're asking, but hey. It is what it is.
Yeah, but because like if my sister, she's been on stream before. She's talked to people before on stream. If I were to explain to like say my dad or my uncle or my grandparents, they'd just be like, "What? Why would anyone do that?"
Yeah, like it doesn't quite make sense to people. And you know, there's always the joke of, so I don't know if you watch Tim the Tap Man at all. He's one of my favorite streamers right now.
That's great.
He's like, I'm a male online entertainer. It's like, that is not how I would describe my source of streaming at all. Because they're going to think feet pics, basically. That's what it's going to come down to.
Little they know, streamers don't have legs.
Yeah.
That's just facts.
That's right. That is actually a prerequisite to being a streamer. Like when you fill out your Twitch application to start streaming and stuff like that, they're like feet or bottom halves of your body. You say, nope. All right. You're good.
And some people lie, and then Twitch catches them. But
they do. Oh, they'll catch you every single time. Every single time. Well, we're at about an hour, buddy.
Time fucking flew by.
I know, isn't that crazy? It's crazy how, like, especially I don't know. I just love doing this from what I've doing the little bit I've been doing it, right? I mean, only 17 episodes. That's like a few months, right? I love getting somebody one-on-one and having a conversation with them because people love having just one-on-one conversations, and it is what it is. So it's great that we were also able to have a great one-on-one conversation.
I've had fun. It still, to me, it feels like it's been 10 minutes. I feel comfy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's been great.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad you had fun. But yeah, we'll start to close this out here because I do want to keep it about an hour. So we'll close it out. So where can people find you at? Give all your plugs, your especially the one we were talking about in pre-show.
Ooh, I think all my socials can be found with my username Hitsuga XIII 13 Roman numeral 13. I'm pretty sure all of them. Yeah, all of my socials are linked to that name. Yeah. I stream, even though I always say I don't. I guess I do. I have a Twitter, I have an Insta, stuff like that. Oh, and I guess I have a YouTube, but God, that could have been a fun conversation too. All these YouTube ideas that I wanna work on, I wanna make, but I just haven't had time to. Oh, that'd be phenomenal.
The time is the big part. I totally get it too. I totally get it.
YouTube is very difficult to do with streaming while you're working. Like, you need to invest time, and people don't always see how much time you need to put in. But yeah,
it's just for example purposes, you could spend 5 hours on a 10-minute video on YouTube, and it's just 10 minutes, but you spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah, it took me 2 years to finish a 10-minute video once.
Okay, well, that's just probably a little.
That was a little bit of laziness.
That might be a little laziness, but it is what it is. All right, well,
I learned.
Yeah, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I learned a lot from that experience, nonetheless. Yeah. So
yeah, we'll keep continuing this conversation. I do want to cut at least the podcast off here real quick. But I do want to do that raffle before we get off the stream tonight. So if you want to chill and we can talk, while we're doing it, it's a party, all right? Yeah. Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna mute you here in Zencaster, but don't go anywhere. Everybody that's been here for the podcast, I appreciate you very much. I hope you've had a great night. I'm your host, Taterboy09. You can follow me or follow the podcast on Twitter at Tater Talks Pod, and also on YouTube. I just put all the links in the chat, so type !podcast if you did not catch those. Make sure you hit them follows, subs, all this stuff. We're really honing in on the YouTube right now because we want to get it over 100 subs so we can get a good URL. So please hit that up. I'm Taterboy09. You can follow me as well on Twitter. I have my own YouTube channel at Taterboy09. All the good stuff. Holy Saturday night episode, and this was a lot of fun. I can't wait to continue our conversation. We're having a little bit more after this, so make sure you stay hanging around. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. And this is going to be Taterboy09, your host, signing off, reminding you that a minute spent in this chat is a wasted minute. So let's make it a damn good time. And I hope that you had a damn good time today. Thank you.